Welcome back, guys. What is going on? Okay. How are we going to start? I got how we're going to start this. We are just going to jump into community impact. Like last week, I said, hey, at the beginning of these videos, I'm just going to get into this community impact website, talk about some of the updates. There seem to be releasing new things every week on here, so we'll just go through some of the main headlines. Some of this won't even really apply to this North Texas area that I do a lot of business in. Some of these areas are, I don't know, some places that I don't even really know about. Actually, let's see, community. Yeah, see, like they offer Austin, Houston, and San Antonio, but I don't do any of that. But all these places I do business in. So we'll start with Dallas-Fort Worth Metro. See any of the new things going on here? Let me pin that message to the top. So leave a comment about a neighborhood, builder, floor plan, or other area for me to review. If you're coming back to this video after it's already been uploaded, just leave a comment down below and I will address it. I don't think there was anything that really popped up. Let's see, let me go through my current questions. Someone said, I heard 380 bypass will be built right next to Highland Lakes, and there would also be on-site Prosper Elementary. Do you have timeline on those projects? No, I do not. I'm sure there's somewhere out there. Maybe if you do some digging, maybe I'll be able to find them. I'm not too sure. Someone says, can you tour Springcrest model by Bloomfield Homes? Well, actually, we'll just do that one. So let's do Springcrest model by Bloomfield. I think whoever left this comment actually wanted me to go walk in to a Springcrest, but I'll pull it up on here and talk about it. Someone says, big fan of your videos. Highland Homes has 40-foot plan in Parks at Wilson Creek called Belmont that has a master upstairs. This is their best-selling 40 plan there. I think having the master upstairs makes for a bigger living and kitchen area downstairs. Would you take a smaller living kitchen area to have the master downstairs? Also, I think parents with younger kids prefer the master at the same level as the kids' bedroom. Even with these things considered, do you think having the master upstairs a big negative during resale? Well, I think you kind of hit all the points here. At the end of the day, a 40-foot lot is always going to have its compromises. I think that a master on the first floor is definitely preferable, but once you start getting into these 40-foot lots, yes, sometimes these floor plans start changing up the dimensions, the rooms, because now everything's getting a lot more vertical and not as squared and not having good width to it. So I can see that some people would rather have a bigger kitchen and living area for downstairs if the master is upstairs, but I do work with buyers that go look at pre-owned houses that would rather have a downstairs on the first floor, or if you're going to rent that property out, I've seen a lot more people want the master on the first floor rather than the second floor. I don't think at the end of the day it's going to necessarily like have a drastic effect on the resale value, but it's all going to be dependent on, like, in these questions that come in, it's like when people ask me about, like, is this going to affect my resale value? Well, I don't know, because we're not in that market, and whatever you're going to sell that house in is all dependent. I mean, you could have the primary on the fourth floor and interest rates could be at an all-time low, and buyers are coming left and right, and they're going to offer $50,000 over asking on your house because there's very low inventory, and in that case, it doesn't matter where the master was, right? It doesn't matter if the primary was on the first floor or second floor or third floor. It's just what it was. So when people say, is it going to hurt my resale value? I mean, I don't know. Until we get into that market that you resell it in, we'll really know if it's going to hurt the value. But the trend that I see, which is what I go off of trends here, is that people do want the primary on the first floor. There's also other 40-foot lots that have the second bedroom on the first floor with high ceilings. So I don't know what. Yeah, you said the Belmont at Parks at Wilson Creek. We'll look at that one here soon. Because I'm closing on a house next week that is a Middleton? I don't know. I'll look at that too. But the house that I'm closing on here soon has the primary on the first floor, has high ceilings in the living room, big living room space. You can look over into the living room from the second floor. Kitchen's in the back. Kitchen isn't the biggest kitchen. Has a decent sized island, not a lot of countertop space, but once again, you're in these 40-foot lots where they're not going to have a bunch of countertop space to begin with. Maybe some of the select plans do, but I usually see people wanting the primary on the first floor, but we'll look at this. I don't think you're wrong there. Karthikeya Atara J3786, that was a mouthful. Hopefully I pronounced one of those words right. You're not wrong there. Like I definitely see people do want that bigger living and kitchen area, but I think sometimes the primary being on the first floor is important for people, especially if they're older adults or they have, they just can't walk upstairs. Or maybe if you have a renter later on, they might want the first floor to be the primary. But I'll write this down. Belmont, 40, Parks at Wilson Creek. Let's see. Someone asked, when will Uptown Salina start pre-selling? Well, they've already started pre-selling some of their things. Their townhome, Olivia Clark has started pre-selling, but I haven't seen anything get posted by the other builders like Toll Brothers and that. So, someone said, curious if you know what neighborhood is coming literally across from the parks at Wilson and Salina on Outer Loop, Roseland Parkway. I have not seen that, which I haven't seen anything get uploaded about that, so I don't know if it might be a rent-to-own or build-to-rent community or something like that, where it's just rentals in there. Because the way the houses are set up, they don't look really big. I guess maybe a bit further back there's some bigger lots, but the ones that are right up along the Collin County Outer Loop, and where I'm talking about, and where this person left a comment is, let's look up Parks at Wilson Creek. Can you guys, hopefully this is showing up on my OBS. Okay, perfect. So they are talking about this neighborhood here, this one, which these look like they're gonna be townhomes. And then I haven't seen, all right, let me see who owns this land in here. We're gonna get this figured out real quick. 1 second. Is the live stream popping today? I haven't seen how many people we got in here right now. What are we looking like? One person. Heck yeah, let's do it. Okay. Let me just look this up real quick. Hopefully this isn't popping up on the OBS. No, it's not. Okay. I want to see who owns this land. It's probably going to tell me nothing, but it might tell me everything. It might be everything that I need to know. Okay, I'm zooming in, I'm finding it, I'm looking it up. We got it around here. All right, let's see. Okay, let's look up these people. 10 Mile Creek. Let's look this up. 10 Mile Creek. Salina? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Lego. I think we found it. You're welcome. Oh, perfect. I'm going to add this to the video. I was about to do a video over the new communities coming to Salina, Texas. Good thing I came across this. Good job. Who left this comment? Lindai, Lindai .Bethel787. Here's your answer for that. Let me pull this up. And voila. Research, baby. That's how you do it. I'm a real estate agent. Okay, let's go through this. This is interesting. I think I'm going to add this to my video. I was about to do it. I was about to record a video over the new communities coming in because there's a new community called Golden Ranches that's coming up way in the far north of Salina, but also Ramble. So I was going to shoot another video to show you guys where all that's at, but this is another one that I'm going to add. So thank you for leaving these comments. See, some of you guys know more what's going on than the actual real estate agent. So thank you. Here we go. New home community coming fall 2024. So you remember how I said it looked like some of those were going to be townhomes? That makes sense. Grindier Homes is going to be building in there. Now, they build some patio homes, but they also do townhomes. So whether or not they're doing townhomes there. American Legend Homes. Good job. William Rhyme Homes. They're a builder. They're definitely a builder. Okay, so active in connectivity, community features. However, the one thing I don't know about these lots in here. Okay, Collin County Outer Loop is right there. Like, I don't know if this is a good idea. These lots back here, those are okay to me. Those are a little bit better. Those are better. The ones on the south side along... Is that... What is this? Yeah. Down Choode. Yeah, right here. All right, I'm going to zoom out just to show you guys again. So here's Prosper, right? Prosper's going through there. Preston Road, off Preston Road is the Collin County Outer Loop. And then from the Collin County Outer Loop, across from the Parks at Wilson Creek, is this neighborhood here called 10 Mile Creek. I'm guessing it's just called 10 Mile Creek because Wilson Creek goes through there. Okay, what else they got in here? So they're going to do a resort-style pool, trail system, playground, open spaces, dog parks, walkable retail dining. Nice. What else? What else? Developer Corson Kramer Development. Haven't really heard about them. Okay. I'll join their interest group later. But that here, let me put this in the chat. Let me throw this in the chat. It's in the chat now. All right, that's the website link to that. All right, we got our first comment of the day from R. Podell. When you think Collin County Outer Loop will connect to Anna, those areas should have a lot of communities. So let's jump back to our map. All right, they have started... All right, and I know some of you guys don't drive out to these areas as much as I'm driving out to these areas. They have started ripping up all the road in here for the Collin County Outer Loop. So they still have this much more to go. I don't even know how many miles that is. That's a lot of miles, it looks like still. So I'm going to say, if I had to put a timetable, like, you know, gun to head, if you're like, when is it going to connect to Anna, Texas? I'd probably tell you, let's see, if we're in 2024, 2020, I'm guessing 2028, 2029 is when that's going to be connected to Anna, maybe 75 Highway. Yeah. But I would say 2030. To be conservative, 2028 if they're really like moving on things. I mean, they'd have to really be moving on things. So like 2030 range is like what I'm thinking, that'll all be kind of connected pretty well. So that's kind of where that stands. What else? What else we got? Was that the only other thing? All right. Well, we found what this neighborhood is, so hopefully that answered that person's question. Let's just get into the updates on... If there's been anything new for, let's just look at Frisco. What has Frisco posted? So check out 17 business updates in South Frisco. Okay, these are 17 new businesses in South Frisco. So there's a new AutoZone, there's a new burger joint, First Lone Star Bank, restaurant and some bars, Funky Monkey Shaved Ice, an event venue, Hold My Chai, Ramen Kitchen, Pinkberry, Romp and Roll, Lane's Chicken Fingers, Sky Zone, Trampoline Park, Chewy's, that's new, Kroger and Albertsons Company. Okay, so those are kind of the new stores that are coming into this area. What else we got? I know that there's a way for me to just click developments. What else we got? HEB opens, they just opened their second store. So HEB opens second Frisco store. because they're just taking everybody's money. Let's see, September 2022. That's when the first one opened. It should be located on the corner of FM 423 and US 80. So if we go on a map, this is where it's located. We go down to 380, we go to 423, and there's the HEB. So I'll zoom out. So you got 423 there on the right side, north side's 380. Also on the north side's Windsong Ranch. Zooming out, you can start to see the Dallas North Tollway. That's where that's located, and the Fields of Frisco's over in this section as well. Okay, that's kind of cool. What else we got? Okay, here we go. Here's some development news. What's going on here? Developer looks to build 52-home neighborhood next to the Hills of Kingswood in Frisco, which, if you know anything about the Hills of Kingswood in Frisco, those are some of the most expensive homes besides Fields of Frisco. These are going to be some of the most expensive homes in here. Frisco Planning Zoning Committee, 27 acres, 52 homes, called Twin Creeks at Kingswood. All right, let me show you where this neighborhood is. So if we zoom out, we got Dallas North Tollway running through that yellow line. You got Frisco there, and then you go to the left, up along the border of where the colony is. So actually back in here, you have the Hills of Kingswood, which, I mean, just look at the size of these lots, guys. Can we do a... No, of course you can't. Can't do a street view in there. Yeah, the street view ends right there. So I guess they're going to zone maybe one of these, maybe this one, or maybe down here. I don't know where else they'd build. Maybe over here? They'd build something else? Not too sure. But that's where that is. So that's the Hills of Kingswood, so they're going to be doing it somewhere around there. Okay, let's do this. 10 Mile Creek. Okay, let's read through this. So land located adjacent to the existing neighborhood. Wow, the land located adjacent to the existing neighborhood Hills of Kingswood is zoned to allow 92 townhomes. The developer is requesting to rezone it as planned development patio homes. Oh, and this is where it's at. Okay, perfect. They actually gave it to me. Interesting. So right on the outside of the neighborhood, which there's a huge power line structure that goes right through the middle of that. So that'll be interesting how they set up those homes. I don't know if I like that. Let's see. Primarily one-story homes, variety of architectural styles, gated community, designed with senior residents in mind. Okay, so you know it's going to have pickleball courts. Okay. 18 lots with 30-foot setbacks, 34 lots with 15 setbacks. So Frisco City members are expected to discuss the project at future meetings. Okay. What else we got? Firefly Park faces setbacks as Frisco rejects site plan proposals. Ugh, is this happening again? They've been trying to do this for like ever. So 2 site plans for mixed-use development Firefly Park are up against city rejection due to a failure to comply with multiple Frisco standards and codes. Okay, during July 23rd meeting, which was just a few weeks ago, commission members can only make recommendations for Frisco County city members to take action on. Their request to reject Firefly Park's plans came from a city staff review which found they did not comply with multiple city codes and ordinances, including not showing easements, adding walls close to a sewer main, not adding utilities to all plans, not labeling sewer easements, not including updated parking calculation, not meeting Frisco's zoning. Wow, they just missed the whole thing with this. Oh God. Hey, at least you know the people on the city of Frisco are actually looking at stuff and they're not just like accepting everything coming to the area. I mean, that's kind of nice, right? They're not just like green lighting everything. Firefly Park, Frisco Partnership. Okay, that's the deal with that. Let's go to where are we going now? We're gonna go to, let's just go to McCanny. Let's talk about McCanny real quick. Let's do development right now real quick on McCanny. Okay. Oh, I got a message here. Can you suggest good return for investment kind of upgrades? I think in your kitchen, if you do a double stacked oven with double stacked cabinets and having I think it's just as much about the floor plan than it is about the upgrades, because like if you don't have any countertop space, I mean, you can upgrade that to marble, but that's not going to fix you not having any countertop space, right? So I think it's also dependent on like what the size of things are. Like if you go into the kitchen and there's not a lot of countertop space, that's probably not going to give you the best return on your investment. If you have a good amount of countertop space, and I'm guessing you mean by upgrades on like, you know, you're going and talking with a builder and you're doing the upgrades there, not like you're buying a old house and then renovating it. So I'm talking in the sense of like you're buying a new construction house and what you should look for. So I think it's also about the floor plan just as much as it is about like what upgrades within the house. I also like doing something in the house, or telling people, at least not that I'm building a house right now and doing that, but, or doing this, is adding a switch off at the breaker and running amps to whatever you want powered in the house in case we lose power. I think August 1st, 4 days ago, some parts of the city of Frisco just lost power for 3 hours just because we can. So, you know, and that's usually costing, I mean, I've seen people do it for $1,500 up to $4,000, but then also remember you still have to buy the generator for the house. So whether or not that's a built-in Generac generator or it's one of those that's like a portable one on wheels that you load up with gas and, you know, run it. Those are like $5,000, $8,000. So all in, you could be in like $8,000 to like make sure that you have power to your house if we lose power. I have flashbacks to the winter apocalypse a few years ago and us just losing power all over the place. But back to upgrades here. So I think like double stacked oven, 6-burner gas stovetop, double stacked cabinets. I don't really care for double stacked cabinets that are with the glass or without the glass on the top ones. Try to get as much natural light into that dining room as possible. Sometimes the houses that face out to the south don't have any windows up along the right side of the home where like the morning sun comes in. So maybe adding 2 windows on that backside could provide, you know, making the house more natural and open feeling, especially if it's a little bit smaller, like on a 50-foot. What else? Hardwood floor throughout the first floor I would do. Now, I don't think you really need to do it in the primary bedroom because, like, I find that most people that just do hardwood floor in the primary bedroom end up putting a big rug in the bedroom, and that's a good amount of money that you're putting hardwood in there just to not see it. And putting a rug and a bed and a dresser and all those things over it. So maybe you don't want to do hardwood floor in the primary, but making sure all your flooring is consistent. So don't go too crazy with things. On a new construction house, that's a lot easier, but sometimes I walk through these pre-owned houses and like the stairs will be a different type of wood. And it's just because like these people are updating their home. Like they might have like a flood on their first floor. They change it. Then they go resell their house, and now their first floor hardwood floor doesn't match the primary bedroom hardwood floor, and that doesn't match the upstairs hardwood floor. I've definitely seen people leave comments back saying like the flooring in here either A, needs to be fixed, it needs to be some type of concession, or we're not just going to buy the house because this looks like a project and we don't want to do that. So that doesn't really pertain to new construction, because new construction you can just make everything the same, right, because you're building the house. But doing hardwood floor through definitely like the office space. I like offices that are at the front of the home too, with 2 windows that look out towards the front yard through the porch, being able to see outside. I think that's a pretty good thing. If you can also get 2 bedrooms down, I think that has some resale value with it. 2 bedrooms up, 2 bedrooms down, 3 bedrooms up. I think that's like the best way to go about things, and then having those one or two of those bedrooms sharing like Jack and Jill, because that could save you money on allowing each of those bedrooms to have bathrooms instead of having one floor plan where each bedroom gets its own bathroom, where you're going to spend more money. What else? I mean, honestly, these closets suck. Like, the closets in these homes suck. Unless you're buying an 86-foot lot like Britain Home or Tradition Home, like, these closets suck. So really, I'm one to be like, I'm not going to spend anything at the closet. I'm not going to buy extra off-season racks. I'm literally, honestly, like, if I was building a house right now and I was seeing the closets and how they're doing them, I would just tell the builder to not put anything in that room, and I'll just go into that room and start from a blank wall without having to go rip things off in the off-season racks and the shelves in there because they're atrocious. So I'd rather just have a blank slate, blank wall, go in with IKEA cabinetry, go around and just like make it how I want to make it, because these builders, I think they're charging too much to customize. Now, they'll allow you to customize your closet and they'll provide you the resources to add cabinetry in there, but like they're gonna overcharge you for that. So I think it'd be better to like just go to IKEA, especially for like probably the price of the home you're buying at. You're probably not wanting to spend that unless you're buying like a $3 million house, right? It doesn't make much sense to go to IKEA, because in that $3 million house, you're probably able to afford all the nice little cool things within the house for the closets, and making them all built out with drawers and glass and, you know, all that kind of stuff you see with these nice model homes. But if you're buying a $500,000 house, that closet is going to be trash. Like, it's going to be trash. So I'm more of one to just be like, don't put any money into the closet. Keep it standard. And even, I don't even want to keep it standard. Like I said, I'd rather just be all walls in there, and then I'll go in and add my own thing, because what they'll do standard is they'll put the closet rod in, going around, and put a shelf, and maybe they give you like 8 built-in shelves. Great. But I'd rather not have that in there and just not have to deal with ripping. You know, if it's in there, then I got to rip it off. You're just putting damage on the wall. So like, instead, I could just go buy IKEA stuff and build out that closet and make it really nice how I want it. So I don't know. I think that'd be better. By the way, is it a good time to buy a new construction expected to close next year? Well, at the end of the day, I don't know. The market is, I mean, are we going to war? Or are we not going to war? Are we in a recession? Are we not in a recession? Is the Fed about to raise their rate again? Or are they going to lower the rate? Like, no one knows what's going on. So I think when it comes to new construction right now, like, if you come across something where you can afford that monthly payment at where interest rates are right now, okay, and that all looks good for you, right? And I'm talking about a permanent buy down. I'm not talking about a temporary buy down. So if you're doing all your calculations off temporary buy downs, good for you. You are a risky person. You go attack life and you go do it. But I'm more in favor of the permanent buy down, because if I can afford the permanent buy down, then I know what the deal is. Like, yeah, maybe I lose out on money later on because maybe the rates go down, but I'm not trying to take that. I'm not trying to take that chance, right? So, that's the thing, is like, if that looks right for the permanent rate buy down and it's a good builder within a good community in a good area, okay, I don't see why you wouldn't. Like, it don't even, to me, it doesn't even matter what market we're really in, because that new construction home is going to go away at some point. And then, because when it comes to new construction, it's like, you want to pick your floor plan, you want to pick the elevation on the outside. Well, if you wait for these homes to get built within these neighborhoods, they're going to take, or they're going to limit to what now you can put on that lot. So if you get at the beginning of a neighborhood, you're going to have a lot more options than, you know, if you get towards the end of that neighborhood or one of the last phases of that neighborhood where they're down to their last few lots, you're going to be very limited on what you could build on there. So yeah, you might wait. Maybe it is better to buy in 2 years or 3 years, or last week it was the best time to buy, but it doesn't change like what's going to be available to you in the repetition rules and all that kind of stuff. So that's just going to be one of the things with new construction. So I'm saying if everything lines up and it all looks good and you can afford that monthly, like, I don't think it matters if you're buying end of this year, next year. Like, I think it's a time to buy. I don't necessarily want to say a good time to buy. Like, I don't think there's ever a good time to buy, and I don't ever think there's a bad time to buy, unless like the world's blowing up. That'd probably be a bad time to buy. But It also depends on what your game plan is. Like, this is such a loaded question I get all the time that I'm just like, there's no good way to answer this because there's all just a bunch of like what ifs and different scenarios. Like, you might be one that's like, you know, if you're going to buy a house next year and then you plan on selling it in 2 years, it's probably not the best time to do that. Or maybe it is. Also depends on what city you're buying in. So like, that's the other part to it. It's like somewhere up in Van Alstyne is going to be a lot different than somewhere in Prosper. So it's kind of like there's a whole bunch of other things that go into, is it a good time to buy? What I will say, if you're going to ask me when a good time to buy is, I'll just let you know this. The best incentives that I find from builders are usually during winter. So, and that's not closing on the house, because here's the other thing. When you say, by the way, is it a good time to buy new construction expected to close next year? Well, I mean, I guess there's two ways of looking at it. One way you can look at it is that, okay, worst case scenario, the market tanks and now I walk away from 3% earnest money, which is a lot of money, you know, it's not chunk change over here. Or interest rates go down, market skyrockets, and now you're basically buying a house at a discount in a way, in a sense, right? So I guess there's two ways to look at it, but still waiting for the rates to drop. They have come down, and like on my social media pages, you see all these lenders making TikToks and these things. They're like, interest rates they're at like an all-time low. Look how low they are. Look, this is get ready, get all like, and I'm like, whoa. Time out. Let's just take a breather here. Like, let's look at what do the pendings look like? How many new listings are coming on? Like, what does that look like right now? Because that will really tell me the effect of where these interest rates went down to. So I got to wait for that to play out. And I'll have that answer probably within the next month. Since these interest rates made a dramatic turn over the past week and a half, we're not going to see those effects till going into next week, because now the people seeing those interest rates, they're going in and they're talking with lenders, they're getting something solidified. Maybe by next week, those, you know, we might see a report by next week that says like, oh, mortgage rate have jumped up, or applications have jumped up, which I haven't seen any of those reports come through. So that's why I'm saying, like, let's wait a second till that report comes out. Let's see how many applications are getting released, and then that will give me a good idea towards the end of the year, or towards the end of the month, where we're standing. Because what will happen is those people will go under contract, but those homes won't close till 30 days. So the effects of this interest rate drop, we won't see it until really September, of like how things are going to stand, right? Because everything's kind of on a lag here. We can have somewhat of a good idea because we can go week by week to look at the new listings and things like that. And right now, I'll just give you this. I'll actually throw this up on my screen because I think this will help out too. This is another thing I need to do a little bit more of. All right, let's do this. Hold on. I'm going to get you guys the weekend, or the update on Denton County numbers. This will be good. This will be good for everybody. Everybody's health. Is everyone doing good mentally right now? Because I feel like I'm kind of losing it. There's 2 people in here. Booyah. All right, here we go. Look alive. We're airdropping. Come on. Let me just get these 2 things, and then I'll show you what's going on. Yeah, Sam, does that answer anything? Probably not. Why is it failing? Come on, y'all. Hold on, I'm trying to airdrop these photos. Maybe if I text the photos? Hold on, y'all. I got this. All right. Let's pull this up. Oh, is it not going to let me? It's not letting me, the heck? Okay, I don't know how to share that. I don't know why it's not letting me. Maybe because it's not a PDF. Oh, that is so small. Okay, I got it figured out now. All right, one sec. We'll get this. We'll get this. Trust me. Trust me. It just needed to be in the format of a PDF. There we go. And then, what, this one? Okie dokie. All right, we see what's going on here. Perfect. So this is Denton County. Now, don't take this, like if you're looking in Prosper, all right, that once again, this is Denton. So this is taking in like the city of Denton, Corinth, I mean a whole bunch of places around. I mean, let's just look at the size of Denton County so you guys can see what that looks like. All right, but this will give you a snapshot on what's kind of like happening at a county level. So this is Denton County, right? You have some parts of Prosper and Salina that are in Collin County, so some of these numbers won't be exactly perfect. But we got 721. Perfect. So the thing we want to look at here is new listings. Active option is kind of whatever. I mean, active option's fine, but at the end of the day, me as an agent, until I see it move to pending, I'm like, that house is probably going to sold. So it's more of a real number for me. Like that active option is just something that, you know, could back out for no reason, right? Because you're in option period. So whether the inspection report or financing or something like that, whatever the case is, I don't typically look straight at active option. It can kind of give me an idea on like a quick insight on like if there was a sudden change in interest rates to if the market kind of did something. But pendings and new listings is usually what I see, and coming soon. That's another big one because that will tell me kind of what to expect going here forward. So let's look at what's been happening just over the 2 weeks. Now, I could go even deeper with this, but I don't want to get a whole bunch of screenshots and stuff. But if you guys want to see more like this, just type away. Just type away, y'all. Did it not pull up? Okay, it did. Perfect. Here we go. So for new listings, this was 3 days ago. So for new listings, we're at 376. From last week, which we were at 442. So we still got a good bit of new listings that are up there, but if we jump back to this one, you can see that from 721 to 728, there was 440 new listings. Went up to 442. And now we're dropping back down to 376. So new listings decreased. Pending went from 307, so it was higher. Then 728, we went lower. And then pending, we were higher, and now we're going higher. So new listings has gone down. Pendings have gone up. Now, they haven't gone up dramatically for me to be like it would really take more of these active option homes to get to this pending, which will let me know like if these houses are going to really start closing, to give me a better idea, right? And then if you see this is a very interesting number to me right here. So for 21, we have 22 listings expired. Then it drops to 11. So maybe some people went under contract, or they relisted, or maybe they took their house off the market, or whatever the case is. We had less people here. We had 22, then we had 11. So whether or not those people just got taken off the market, it didn't show that anymore. And then going from 11, we jump up to 78. Okay, usually when there's a number like this, when it's this big of a number, I always think to myself like, okay, well, you know, is like 20% of it like one like random builder development that had an agreement with all these homes within this small little mom and pop development, and now they're all expired and they moved on, and it's kind of inflating these numbers. Maybe that could be a possibility, but that's still a pretty big difference from the 11 to now the 78, which is telling me you know, things are getting harder to sell right now, which could be the slowing down the market. But the other thing is it's all different on each city. So just because you're, and not just that, but even by the school district, like you could be in the Salina market, but the Salina market with Prosper ISD is moving way better than the Salina market without Salina ISD, but also, or Salina market with Salina ISD, because there's more demand for that Prosper ISD market. Coming soon went from 55 down to 35 up to 47. So even though new listings came down, I think this number is still going to go back up. It is a lot lower than that 442, but this coming soon number is increasing. So, you know, as that's increasing, it's only going to make it, you know, more new listings, and then we'll see how that turns into pending. But this is kind of how I see that kind of play out. But that's the update on Denton real quick. So if you guys like that, I'll provide more of that, you know, maybe more at the beginning of the video, because I'm sure not everyone watches me blabber my mouth for 41 minutes. I mean, you got to duck out at some point. I mean, you can only listen to Dan so long. All right, here we go. Carthagena. Is Conn County Outer Loop going to be a road like 380 or more like D&T or US 75? It's going to be more like, it's going to kind of be a hybrid of both, because, you know, 380 doesn't really have, it doesn't really, right now it doesn't have any curbs to it, but it's flat and it's laid out like 3 lanes, 4 lanes here and there. But it's going to have more of that highway look. I think the Conn County Outer Loop is going to have more of that Dallas North Tollway look to it, but it's going to have a lot of cars driving on it. So that's just going to be the thing, because it's going to be a 3-lane, and then there's also going to be service roads. So I guess since there's going to be service roads, it's probably going to be more like the Dallas North Tollway. But it's still going to be kind of a hybrid. Like, it's still going to be more like a 380, but it's going to be kind of like a Dallas North Tollway. And then I would say it's going to be like US 75 in the sense of, like, it's going to be free to drive on it. Right? You don't have to pay to get onto 380. There's nothing that you have to pay to get onto the Conn County Outer Loop. But for the Dallas North Tollway, you do have to pay those tolls. And Carthagena, were you in here when I talked about your comment that you left about primary being on the first or second floor? If not, just rewind this, because I went into details. You bring up some good points, and I talked about that earlier. I'm not going to go back into it right now, but I did talk about that. So I don't know if you caught that already, but either way, I talked about it earlier in this video. So thanks for leaving that comment last week on the live stream. Okay, I think that kind of hits everything. Did any of you guys watch my new video I posted? It had been like 2 weeks since I put a video out there, but I finally put a video out there. I did finally hire someone to assist me with editing videos. I'm still editing like half the video, but I have another person to help me like export things, and kind of put the ideas I have in my head onto the screen, because I just, you know, I can only get so far with the editing. So, and also taking off my plate, like I do all the editing, I do all my thumbnails, I do all my research, I shoot the videos, I charge all my batteries, I do like everything is, I'm doing everything here. So I guess throwing that off to someone is going to help me a lot. to just help me export it quicker out to things. That way I can get onto YouTube. So maybe over the next like 4 days or this week, I might be a little slow with like the uploads, but there's a reason for that. I'm just trying to make better videos for you guys that provides better value. And so like, you know, slowly but surely in this YouTube game, we just, you know, you got to keep just leveling up, you know, baby steps here, y'all, baby steps. All right, anyone else got any other questions? Because I'm going to talk about the Springcrest model by Bloomfield, and I'm going to talk about the Belmont 40 floor plan, because those were the things I had said at the beginning of the video I was going to talk about after I get done with this whole spiel. No one? All right, if anyone has questions, just leave them down below. I think the time that you guys are, I got to get used to the whole lag here. Like, I really do think sometimes that I'm like saying something and then you guys aren't seeing it, and it's you guys aren't seeing it at the same time that I'm saying it, so then I'm waiting for like a delay. So I got to get used to that. I didn't really realize that's till last live stream. Okay, Sam says, but your videos are having good quality, meaningful editing. Good quality, meaningful editing compared to others who show homes. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Oh, that brings me up. This nice comment just reminded me of a funny comment I get. This one says, I got this one on one. From a video I made 2.5 years ago, all right? Over the pros and cons of Highland Park. This guy, the Moss 563, what a name. He goes, you are wrong about the cost of membership, which I believe he's talking about the Dallas Country Club membership over like in Park Cities, Highland Park area. He goes, it's way more than $75,000. Get your facts before speaking. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Thanks for the comment. What's the actual cost of it? I mean, how can you come at me telling me that it's more than $75,000 and then not give me, like, can't we just help everyone here? Like, can you help me help other people watching this video? Like, maybe he doesn't know. But then if he doesn't know, then how would he know that it's not $75,000? How would they know? They wouldn't. Maybe they would. And then I said, I believe I said $75,000 due to seeing online from an article. I didn't mean to offend you. So that was kind of funny. I get a couple like those. I get a couple people coming in. I don't know if they're just trying to be trolls, but we'll accept them, you know? We accept everyone here. All right. Yeah, anyways, I get some comments like that. But hey, this is what I'm saying. When it comes to YouTube, if I'm not getting the hate comments, I'm not growing as a channel. Right? I guess that makes sense. Here we go. Springcrest model. Let's see what it looks like. Someone left a comment asking me. Oh, this didn't. I guess I gotta type it. It would help if I typed in Bloomfield. All right, let's look at this. Significantly different. I have a feeling that they are, because I think they're going to be selling those lots at like $100,000 premium to the builders in the next phase. This is also what you guys got to remember. When you guys wait for these next phases to come out, the developer is only selling those lots more expensive to the builder, and then that's being reflected in the prices. So once again, getting into a phase one, like you're going to be sitting in the best case scenario. And even if there isn't a dramatic difference between those two prices, like still being at the beginning of that Parks of Wilson Creek in its phase two, like that home will still be sitting really good. At least it should be if the real estate industry continues as it's done forever. In 10 years, you're going to be sitting really good. Especially that area, that neighborhood where everything's going to be around Salina, like that'll be a great place to live. And I really like that neighborhood. So, and I've got a lot of families in that neighborhood. So, if you're looking to work with an agent, just send me a text. Ooh, yeah. I don't like those 40-foot lots that face directly towards the Collin County outer loop. Not a fan of those. But it might not be a drastic difference, but I have talked with the builders and they have told me that they're going to be getting these prices at certain points, because the builders tell me that so I can tell my clients, and then my clients can make a, better decision on what. Like, there's a part of me that also says, like, when I'm working with a client and a builder tells me something like, oh, hey, Daniel, you know that when we go into the phase 2, we're going to be selling these lots at like $150,000, a $50,000, $100,000 premium going into phase 2. So, that's going to be reflected in the prices or something like that. I'm always like, cool. And I tell my clients, like, hey, this is what the builder's telling me. But like, at the end of the day, does that really mean anything? I mean, does it really mean anything? I mean, they're probably not wrong, right? They're probably going to have to buy those. I mean, it does make sense that the developer would sell them for more expensive. But I always follow that up with to my clients, like, hey, it could be a dramatic difference. It couldn't be. But the trends that I have seen, yeah, there's even a dramatic difference between phase 1 of Parks at Wilson Creek to the end of phase 1 of Parks at Wilson Creek with some of those tradition floor plans, especially the model home. Because I closed a home around, they got in, not even at the beginning of the neighborhood, but they got in, I think they closed at like 780, under 800. And for the same floor plan with another family who went under contract, they're going to be around just under $1 million. So, and that was just the difference between like going under contract, like probably like 4 months. That's how much it increased. Not that fully increased, because some of that is design, some of that is structure, some of that is this, but like there is a good dramatic, I don't know what the exact number. I mean, you guys can go look. The beautiful thing about my YouTube channel is, besides my face being on it, it is going to be, you will know what 2 years ago those builders were not, maybe you don't want to look at that because you might get depressed, to be honest, and see that the builders were selling them at way cheaper back in the day. But it will be a cool thing to see, don't get me wrong, going back and seeing like what things were being charged at, especially like 10 years from now, to kind of compare, because that would be so cool right now. Like if you could go back and look at a video from 2010 in the Frisco market for sale around a neighborhood, like I'm sure that would be getting a lot of views, and a lot of people would just be interested to see what it cost. So that's kind of one of the cool things with this channel that you'll be able to see. And maybe you guys have been following my videos a lot and seeing how things get developed. Like definitely, if you have been keeping up with my videos of me driving around Salina or Prosper, my videos back then, there was no Dallas North Tollway getting ripped up and built. The highway that goes over 380 hadn't even been built yet. So, I mean, you get to see all these things kind of develop right in front of your eyes, which is pretty cool. Okay. All right. These are the last two things. We got 7 minutes. 7 minutes. 7 minutes of playtime. Anyone know that reference? I think it's actually 3 minutes. You got 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. All right. I'm losing it. Okay, here's the Springcrest plan. 3,519 square feet, 4 bedroom, 3.5 bath, 2-car garage. Front office study, nice. Dining room in the front of the house. Don't care for it. Let's do the 3D. This dining room, I don't know. Got it, makes sense. Sounds like getting in early in a new community is better for equity building, but you have to compromise on the equity quality of the lots. It's a trade-off. Always appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. Every person that I work with for my buyers, like I think at some point during the conversation, I'm always like, hey, what's the compromise look like? because you're going to have to compromise somewhere. Like either you're not going to get the house, the builder you want, but you're going to get the neighborhood and the size lot and maybe some of the features. Or maybe you're not going to get the builder you want, but you got into the school district for your kid that you want. Or maybe like there's so many. So it's like how I think it's a good time. Really, I see it being a good time to buy if like if you've come across something where you don't feel like you're giving up as many compromises, not just for like what you're living around or what you're living in, but just like how the house feels on the inside, and if it feels like something that you could actually like grow your family into as well. Because I think that's also a big proponent with houses. Like sometimes people walk into houses and they're like, I can never raise a family here, this doesn't make any sense. But then some other people are like, you know, this is going to be the house that I'll be into for the next 15 years of my kid's life as they grow up around here with their friends and make friends. All right, dining room at the front, I don't care, but we can deal with it. High ceilings in the living room. Ooh, and I like these windows going all the way around. I think that's a nice touch. Fireplace in the corner, that's fine. I ain't mad about it. This dining room back here, I think this is fine. Like, I don't, you know, maybe if you got a big family, maybe if you entertain, right, keep this a dining room, but I just make this another bedroom or a second study. So, interesting. Upstairs, that's an interesting stairway. So you still get a game room and you get to see down into the living room, which is nice. So you still get this down room or a game room. What is this? This is just like a office bonus room up here. I would turn that into like a bedroom, but maybe don't have enough space for it. Closet, more rooms back here. Share it out with that room. What is this looking like? Do I like these windows? Yeah, that window's fine. That's bringing in a lot of natural light. I mean, I like that window better than like sometimes this bedroom actually has like a good amount of windows, but this also has the window for the elevation out the front, so it's gonna have 2 windows. Sometimes you go into these bedrooms that are like, I don't know, sometimes on these, like this window is just like one little window in the corner and it's like not bringing in any natural light. It also depends on which way your home's facing, don't get me wrong, okay? But that's actually a good size window there compared to, I'm just trying to see if one of the bedrooms has like this. Oh, shoot, get in the room. Oh, can I not? It's not like me. Oh, I can't get in the room. But that window right there, yeah, I think I'd rather take that other one. But windows aren't the biggest deal when choosing things. Okay. Vanity up here. I mean, this isn't, okay. This isn't bad. And the primary is on the other side of the kitchen. That's fine. That's nice. That's nice. Hey, and there's some decent width in here. I'm not mad about that. Sometimes in these Bloomfield homes, see, I'd rather have more width like a square in here rather it being less like a gallery kitchen. Because there's like, you know, good spacing in here. You're not really like right up against, because usually at this wall here is where I see the vanities start, or maybe just a little bit here, but this actually has some like space in it. That's all basic. And once again, the closet sucks. So this is what I was talking about earlier. Like I wouldn't do any of this. Like I just tell the builder to not put in any of this, and I'll just go and get IKEA, you know, cabinetry and go do something myself. You could hire someone, but like I'd just save money. Back here is utility. I mean, this isn't a bad floor plan. I'm not mad about this. This is fine. Study, foyer, dining, bedroom. Oh, they have the media room there. Media room on the first floor is cool. Right down from the kitchen. I like that. I mean, this is a good floor plan. Okay. What was the other one? Belmont 40. Highland Homes. Let's see it. This will be the last thing, and then we're done for the day. It's been a day. I'll give you guys the inside scoop right now. I had a meeting with my team lead at my broker, she's awesome. But there's some stuff in the works, and probably, I don't know, just know some changes are coming. And I'm about to make a pretty big announcement, and it's about to be like a big step forward for my business, for what I'm about to do. So those announcements, I'm gonna just give you nothing has, no contracts have been signed, but it's things are looking a certain way. So there might be some changes coming. There's not gonna be some. There's gonna be changes. So, and it's just gonna go back into like me, what I've been trying to do this whole time, and building my own brand and things like that. So there'll be some announcements. You'll see some changes. Just watch the videos. Oh, I have like 6 videos right now in the chamber to edit. So I'm going to have a bunch of stuff. Just work with me for the next week or so. I'm also about to go on vacation as well. So that's going to maybe take away from some live streams. But nevertheless, by September, it's going to be popping. All right, this is the Belmont plan. Did I have this plan under contract at one time? This plan's ringing a bell. Oh, no. No. Okay, do they have a 3D? Virtual. Yes, sir. Let's do the virtual. All right, let's check out this Belmont. Kitchen. I tell you what, that is a big kitchen for a 40-foot lot. A lot of cabinetry, a lot of space, a lot of good things. Entry straight into the stairs. Not a big fan. I don't think it'll hurt your resale value, but you might have some people that are like, because you know what this gives? This gives like 1990, maybe early 2000, but like 1990, where they'd build 2-story homes, and like right when you open the door, it's just straight up the stairs. It's like the first thing you're met with. So it's kind of given those vibes. You got an office at the front. I like that. You got a bedroom at the front. You got a bedroom at the front, so why can't they turn that into the primary? Utility. At least you got, yeah, that's fine. But I guess there's no, is the garage back here? Oh, can I not go that far? Oh, that's as far as I can go. Why won't it let me go back to the kitchen? Come on. I was over in the kitchen just a second ago. It's not working anymore. All right, let's go upstairs. That's got a nice little look over to the bottom. I do think that if you're doing a 40-foot lot with a 2-story like this, you got to open this all up. Like 100%. Don't do a half wall there. Yeah, do the railing. Game room. Where's this primary? This is the primary? Yeah, this is the primary. And that's about the same size of the, see, if I got up here and the primary bathroom was like way bigger because it's up on the second, but it's not like that. Would be the only thing that would make me do this primary bathroom primary bedroom on the second floor, is if the primary bathroom was bigger than the primary bathrooms that are on the first floor for the primary bedroom. Do you guys stay with me on that? Because I about lost myself. But it's not. It's about, I mean, if anything, it's smaller. I've seen some 40-foot lots that have these as split vanities. What's the closet space look like? Of course they won't let us in there. They don't want us to see. They don't want us to see the horrors. Game room out here. Yeah, I understand the comment you left about parents wanting at least one, or being on the same floor as the kids. But I know that there's 40-foot lots that do 2 bedrooms down, and even right across the hall from the primary bedroom. So like that would make sense for a buyer if that was a family with a very, very young kid, a baby. So that floor plan still works, and you still get the primary on the first floor. I mean, it's a good point you make there, but I think there's other options too. But it also depends on the neighborhood. Like all these neighborhoods, one thing you can do You know, you can ask the builder, like, do you do interchangeable plans? Meaning, like, I've never seen them do this in the current contracts that I've had, but I've never really had anyone that's gone and asked me. But I have talked with other agents who have seen it before. But you could ask the builder, do you offer interchangeable plans? And can you build this 40-foot lot over here? Can you build it in this neighborhood? You know, they might. You know, you could ask, but all these neighborhoods are gonna have different things. They usually don't all have the exact. They have some same floor plans, but sometimes not all the exact. All right, I think that's gonna do it. So hopefully I'll have like 2 more videos come out this week. I will join you again on the 14th at 5 o'clock for another live stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next week, y'all.